of Beterbiev. They're saying he has like a different energy whenever the name comes up. Somebody that speaks Russian said this.
No, no. It doesn't have legs because yesterday he said he wanted that fight, but right after the Canelo fight, he said he wanted that fight. If you remember, and it was odd because it's a huge win, right? You beat Canelo, you beat the face of boxing, you beat the pound for pound king. Remember when Bernard Hopkins beat Oscar? He wasn't saying, "Oh, it's not a big deal that I beat Oscar because he's not a middleweight." And that's what Bivol was saying after this fight. He's like, "I beat Canelo. I don't see much value in it because I don't view him as a light heavyweight. I want to be undisputed at light heavyweight." And that's odd. But he was throwing it out there that he'd rather the undisputed fight than a rematch with Canelo. So it just doesn't have legs that he's afraid of Beterbiev because the boxing public feels that Beterbiev will beat Joe Smith Jr. whether that happens or not, and it's going to be them two standing at the top. And that's the fight I want to see because boxing likes to drag this stuff on. If you have the two guys with all the belts, get it over with. It should be like it should be a gentleman thing. Like, right, if two guys have all the belts that matter, fight each other. I don't care who you're with, what's going on. But one obstacle that may be in the way of this fight, and if it is, I'd like to see Bivol versus Zerto, right? And somebody was talking about Beterbiev, Joe Smith Jr. when a winner might fight Yardy over in the UK, which would be a big fight over there. If that happens, then give me Bivol versus Zerto. But one thing that people aren't talking about, sort of the elephant in the room, is it would be Russia versus Russia, right? And can you sell that well in America right now? Unfortunately, it's unfortunate for these guys because they have nothing to do with what's going on over there. And it's unfortunate that that's reaching them. All right. So I feel bad for them. I hope that's not the case. I hope if it's Bivol versus Beterbiev, we get it. I hope these guys are promoted correctly. If it's an undisputed fight, I feel like Bivol was wronged in a lot of ways before the Canelo fight because of being Russian. So I hope that's not the case here, and I hope they get on with the fight because that would be a beautiful fight, beautiful matchup.